out of three the Messiah? Why did Messiah choose the olives? Because the only way to get the fruit and to get the oil out of the olives is by crushing it. He was crushed for our iniquities. So all the symbolism in the Bible has a meaning, a very specific meaning. There's reasons. This is why I like the Hebraic Eastern way of thinking. Cut and dry, there's a point for everything. There's a reason for everything. The cedar tree will be sort of the devil or Satan. Lucifer is identified as the cedar tree, the cedar of Lebanon, basically. Some of the nicknames of Antichrist in the Bible should yield an important piece of information, because if you look at the nicknames of Antichrist in the Bible, he is called many things. He's called the Prince of Tyre. Now, where is Tyre? Lebanon. Excuse me, if the Antichrist is Italian, why is God calling him the Prince of Lebanon? Why is he calling Al Pacino? Why he calls him the Prince of Tyre? How come this stuff is missing from the interpretation in the West? I've never heard anybody say why his name is Prince of Tyre. Well, that's just a coincidence, Walid. Okay, fine. Why is he called the King of Babylon? Babylon is a specific place, and that is the regions of Iraq and Arabia. Why? Why is he called the Assyrian? Assyria encompasses Turkey, Iraq, a specific region of land. Why is he called the Assyrian? Why is he called Pharaoh of Egypt? Oh, that's just a nickname. Well, why is Christ fighting Egypt then? He's fighting the Pharaoh of Egypt because Antichrist rules these lands. And once you go to the specifics in Daniel, then it's very clear. It says Egypt, Cush, Phut, and Egypt will follow him in submission. Cush is Sudan. Cush is the landmass south of Egypt. In fact, I get this argument all the time. Walid, you challenged America to find a single country that God destroys in the ends of times that is not Muslim. Ethiopia. I always bring that up. Ethiopia, Christian country, duh. I said, sure, let's go to the Hebrew. The Hebrew uses Cush. Let's go to the Unger Bible Dictionary or any Bible dictionary you want. Cush, the landmass south of Egypt. I go to the map, show them what's south of Egypt. Sudan, Somaliland. I said, you just picked the most fundamentalist country in the world as evidence for a non-Muslim country. Ethiopia, translated Ethiopia correctly. There's no problem with the translation. The problem is with the usage of terms. The ancient Ethiopia, from the time of Ezekiel, was the landmass of Nubia, Sudan, and that kind of thing. That modern Ethiopia was anciently Abyssinia. Different country, different place. That's all it is. It's a simple adjustment. So you go to the Bible and you find all these literal evidence. Isaiah chapter 10, verse 31. Why is he called the Prince of Tyre? Well, God himself, the Messiah, Christ himself, destroys Lebanon. Isaiah 10, verse 31. Isaiah 10:31, and Lebanon will fall by thee, mighty one. The boss himself. So why is he fighting Lebanon? You have only two choices. Either your theory is wrong, or you need to adjust something here. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not here to start a revolution on prophecy. I am not here to pick on Brother Hal Lindsey or Tim LaHaye or any of those folks. You know what? I love these guys. Let me tell you why. Because if one thing the great American Bible scholars got right was the issue regarding Israel. No one else did. The American theologians had that so pat down that they're the only ones I was able to focus on to get straight answers about this issue of Israel. Because if I go to Eastern interpretation, Middle East, Israel doesn't matter. Israel is hated. So not everybody has the puzzle correctly. I have a piece, he has a piece, you have a piece, we put the pieces together. In the Middle East, you have a saying, I have one good idea, and you have one good idea. Boy, we put them together, we get two ideas. What's wrong with that? So don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to say that I'm starting. No, it is an adjustment. That's all it is. Because we all believe the Antichrist is coming. I'm not coming with new theories here. I still believe in tribulation period, 7 years, all these things, rapture, all these great things. We believe the same thing. It is just an adjustment that knowledge in the end will increase in time. The closer we get to the end, the better the picture is going to look like, and we have much better reasons or much more knowledge to put the puzzle correctly together. As Daniel said, seal the vision. For it's been for the end of time, for the time of the end. It's been appointed for the time of the end. It's sealed. So what part of sealed don't you get? If it's sealed until the time of the end. You know, they've been trying to unlock these things all this time. Now, am I coming with something new that's saying Islam is involved? No. In fact, I can quote you many historians that thought it was Islam as well. I take people like Lord, what's his name? Who wrote the 70 weeks, he figured out the 70 weeks of Daniel. Sir Robert Anderson. Sir Robert Anderson was in Scotland Yard, you know, he was head of Scotland Yard. He unlocked the 70 weeks of Daniel. He was the first in history to unlock the 70 weeks of Daniel to give you exactly the date and time when Christ came. Amazing stuff. I read some of his writings, and he said, I am not so sure that when the Bible talks about the revival of the fourth beast, that is talking about Rome. He says it's the Levant, not the Adriatic. It's the Levant, the eastern parts of the Roman Empire, but not the western parts. It's Egypt, it's those countries. I don't think Britain is playing at all, or the West is playing at all in this thing. Guess what? He was right. Can one man be right and the whole world wrong? I mean, everybody asks me, are you the only one with that theory? If I say yes, then oh, forget it, I'm writing you off. Can one person be right and the whole world wrong? Do you know what? It usually is the case. If you believe in Noah, Noah was right and the whole world died. What kind of a message do you think God was sending? God was sending a message. You didn't pay attention to Noah. In the end, he went all the way to the bank and he cashed in. He's the only one that survived in his family. So I pay attention. Now, we can all unlock the Bible together. I can go to, let's say, you pick part of the Bible and we can read it together with this allegoric unlocking mechanism. We can unlock everything. And guess what? We all think in unison. Let's go to Daniel. Daniel chapter 2. In Daniel 2, it talks about the image. Now in California, I don't have to explain that stuff from scratch. That's California. In the Bible Belt, I got to start from the beginning. The head of gold, what it is, and the silver, and what? Now, do I have to go through that here? Californians, good. I'm telling you, they're the best. No, you won't hear me go to Texas and say, you guys are the best. And no, I don't play phony baloney. I tell them the truth. You got the gold, right? You got the silver. You got the bronze. You got the iron. You got the toes of iron and clay. Now, the gold is which country? Babylon today is what? Iraq. What's happening in Iraq? Mess. You want to know what Antichrist is going to rule? Follow the mess. Then you got silver, which is what? Medo-Persia. Right? Today is what? Iran. What's going on in Iran? Mess. The bronze. You know what the bronze is? The Grecian Empire, which is the 1040 window. You look at the 1040 window, mess. That's the Grecian Empire. Now, the iron, some think it's the Roman Empire, the two divisions.